Have you ever noticed how a truly great story can lay its entire foundation in just one scene? How it can introduce the characters, the conflicts, the whole world really, before you even know what's hit you? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down today. We're looking at Eddard Stark's very first small council meeting in King's Landing. It is an absolute masterclass in building tension, and we're going to see just how all the pieces click into place.
And it kicks off with this, just one simple internal thought. Ned Stark has barely even walked into the room, and this is where his head is at. He's not thinking about running the kingdom, he's thinking about who's going to betray him. This single sentence just perfectly sets the mood. It screams paranoia. It tells you right away this isn't a room full of colleagues, it's a pit of vipers.
So let's really picture the scene here. Ned Stark shows up, sore, tired, hungry, and just irritable. He is completely out of his element, you know? He's even wearing borrowed clothes for a meeting he never wanted in the first place. This isn't some powerful lord taking his rightful seat. No, this is an honorable man being dropped right into a world of games and deception.
And let's meet the players. First up, we have Varys, the master of whisperers. And that description of his smell? Wow. Flowers on a grave. It's so perfect, isn't it? It's not just about how he smells, it's a metaphor for this whole city, something that looks pretty on the surface, but is covering up death and rot underneath. It screams hidden danger.
Then you've got Renly Baratheon, the king's own brother. He's got the look, he resembles the powerful King Robert, but the text immediately tells you he's just a poor copy. He's more worried about his fancy velvet clothes than he is about the kingdom. He's all style, no substance, representing the kind of decay and indulgence that's taken over this court.
And then there's this guy, Peter Baelish, Littlefinger. Right from the jump, you know he's trouble. That smile he gives Ned isn't welcoming. It's described as bordering on insolence. It's a smirk. And he immediately makes a sly comment about Ned's family history, not to be friendly, but to subtly put Ned on the back foot. This is a man who's always playing an angle.
And finally, we have Grand Maester Pycelle. He looks the part, you know, the kindly, wise old man. But then you notice his chains, that ponderous metal necklace. Those chains aren't just a symbol of his office, they represent the sheer weight of his position, how deeply he is embedded, chained, really, to the power structure of this city. He's seen kings come and go, and he's still here.
This moment right here just perfectly sums up the culture clash. Littlefinger makes this snide remark about men from the north being made of ice that melts down south. It's a little verbal jab. And Ned's response? It's completely direct, totally blunt. I do not plan on melting soon. In that one little exchange, you see the entire conflict of the story. The honest, honor-bound north versus the sly, backstabbing south.
All right, so we've met the personalities, we've seen the tension, but the scene is about to take a hard left turn. This isn't just about who dislikes who. A political bombshell is about to drop, and it's going to completely shatter Ned's idea of the kingdom he's here to serve.
And it all starts with this, a tournament. Seems like a nice gesture, right? A big honor for Ned. But what this really is the trigger. The king's casual desire for a party is about to rip the curtain back and expose a crisis that is rotting the kingdom from the inside out.
How big of a party are we talking? 90,000 golden dragons. And that's just for the prizes. Littlefinger is quick to point out that this doesn't even begin to cover the cost of the feasts, the entertainment, the whole spectacle. It is a ridiculously reckless amount of money, and it immediately sets off all kinds of alarm bells.
Grand Maester Pycelle asks the simple, logical question. Can we afford this? But this is the exact question Littlefinger was waiting for someone to ask. He uses this opening not just to answer, but to drop a bomb right in the middle of the room and in Ned's lap.
And there it is. The truth. The crown is more than 6 million gold pieces in debt. Just let that sink in. 6 million. Ned is floored. You can feel his shock. He came south thinking he was helping his old friend Robert rule a strong, prosperous kingdom. And in one sentence, Littlefinger just revealed it's all a house of cards.
But see, the debt isn't just a number on a page. It's a political weapon. And who holds half of that weapon? The Lannisters, the Queen's family. The king literally owes a fortune to his powerful, ambitious, and very dangerous in-laws. This is a catastrophe waiting to happen. So just as Ned is trying to wrap his head around this financial disaster, the story pivots again, and hard. Littlefinger pulls Ned aside, and the conflict immediately shrinks from the fate of a kingdom down to the threat of a single blade. The whispers are over. Things are about to get very, very real.
And look how the suspense builds. Littlefinger doesn't take him through some grand hall. No, he leads him into the castle's secret passages. It starts with going down a stair, immediately taking us below the polished surface of the court and into the darkness.
As they go deeper, they walk past this dusty, forgotten armor of the Targaryens, the dynasty Robert overthrew. It's like they're walking through the ghosts of the past, a powerful reminder that the old dangers, the old secrets, they never really go away. They're just hiding in the shadows.
And the journey ends with this crazy, perilous climb down a secret cliff face. This isn't just a physical journey. It's a metaphor for what's happening to Ned. He is literally descending from the structured world of the Red Keep into the hidden, lawless underworld of the city.
And at the bottom of this treacherous path, outside a brothel of all places, Littlefinger delivers the knockout punch. Your wife is inside. Can you even imagine? It's the last person on Earth Ned would expect to find in the last place he could ever imagine seeing her. In that moment, his entire world has just been flipped upside down.
So he goes inside and his wife, Catelyn, shows him this. A dagger. But look at it. Valyrian steel. A dragon bone hilt. This isn't just any knife. This is an incredibly valuable, masterfully crafted weapon. This was sent by someone with immense power and wealth.
And then, Catelyn says the words that change everything. That this beautiful, expensive dagger was used in an attempt to murder their son Bran. And just like that, the political game is over. This isn't about debt or tournaments anymore. This is a blood feud. The threat isn't to the crown, it's to his own children.
So, where are we now? Well, that dagger changes the stakes completely. Ned's original mission, to find out who killed his predecessor, has now collided with an assassination attempt on his own son. There is absolutely no turning back. The game has begun, for real this time, and the opening move was trying to murder a child.
And Littlefinger is quick to remind them of the word for what they're considering: treason. If they point the finger at the royal family and they're wrong, or even if they're right and can't prove it, it's a death sentence. This isn't about finding justice anymore, it's about surviving the truth.
And look what Ned does. He doesn't panic, he doesn't lash out, he immediately converts all that shock and fear into a plan. Fortify the borders, man the ports, watch your enemies. These are not the orders of an investigator. These are the orders of a general preparing his lands for war. He knows exactly where this is heading. And so the scene leaves us with this one impossible question. Ned knows that justice comes from the king. But what happens when the king is a man you can no longer trust? When the conspiracy seems to lead right back to his own family? What do you do then? It's the ultimate dilemma, and it's the question that will drive this entire story forward.